This video was brought to you by ABRP planner, Kempower, Markus Bil, Stormberg and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We're now sitting in the Polestar 2, the refresh one, long range, 82 kilowatt hour with leather seats for the first time, and man, they are nice. Well, okay, just in case you guys are wondering which car I'm sitting in. But today I have a little bit of announcement, two announcements. I have some good news and some bad news. And I'm going to take the bad news first because the bad news travels fast. It has something to do with the house. Because the house has gone through the roof when it comes to cost. There were costs that I never knew what would be there, because this is the first time I build a house, so I'm quite noob. But I've learned a lot during the 6 months now about what stuff costs. But basically, you know, we signed a contract. There was a price for the house in the contract, and it includes, of course, doors, windows, roof, like that, all that stuff. But some of the stuff, for example, tiles, floors, some stuff is okay, you know. For example, floors, okay, pretty okay. Doors, yeah, windows, okay, all that stuff is okay. But some stuff like the tiles in the bathroom looks like it's on a public toilet, and the toilet itself also is really basic. You know, even Circle K uses better toilets than the one we were offered in the standard price. And the shower is just really basic, with just one shower thing. Not the rain shower, that would be way more expensive in its installation cost and also in the equipment itself. And also it doesn't even include the shower corner, you know, the typical, at least in Norway we use the transparent walls that you open, and that is not included either. So, but I kind of knew some of this, but there was some stuff I did not know beforehand until it started building, and I saw like, hey, wait, what is this? It's not going to be like this? And they'd be like, yeah. I'm like, no, we can't have that. It doesn't look nice. So we had to spec extra for light, for plumbing, for kitchen, for tiles, for some stuff, you know, painting even. Lots of stuff cost extra, and also the swimming pool turned out it was really expensive. You have the price for the swimming pool, but you have to have this big ass shed and just digging and everything. But it costs a lot. I went over budget, but unfortunately, I asked the bank. Can we extend it? Yeah, she managed to extend the limit by 1 million NOK, another 100,000 euro, because last time I got the approval was 2 years ago, and then because there was stuff was delayed. Meanwhile, I had okay cash flow in the years. I could document that the cash flow was okay. Yeah, so that was fine. And the house went up a little bit in price, but the problem nowadays is that in Norway, interest rate is really high, and it was actually hard to sell the house. Yeah, I have another third announcement. I have sold the house now. It's actually to my neighbor, but it was sold a little bit under what we wanted, you know, a little bit under the market price, you would say, even. So that is also a little bit hit in our face, but we can't do anything because the neighbor was the only bidder. No one else dared to buy or could get loan to buy because of high interest rates. So, like, lots of blows in our face, and the budget, like I said, went over, but we managed to extend it by 1 million NOK. But then when I started looking at the total cost for everything, it was still high. You know, I invested in the heat pump, which was great, and it will also save me money over time, and it's also good for the comfort. And I explained this before, but you see, I didn't even go for drilling the hole in the ground. That would be another 100,000 NOK extra. I didn't go for solar panel because that would also blow my budget even further. But I went for what was important. But there were some things that I see now could have been postponed. I could have opted them out and then install it, upgrade it later, but it was too late because I'm a noob. I admit I went a little bit overboard. I didn't know how much things would cost and all the stuff that suddenly just appears. So, make the long story short, we are roughly 1 million NOK short. Yeah, even after the bank extended the loan. So I have to try to find money. We have found some saving money here and there. Yeah. But it's still not enough, so I have to sell Millennium Falcon. I can maybe get around 180,000 NOK for Millennium Falcon. I still haven't found a buyer yet, but Markus Bil will help me sell it for me. So that's like the last thing I want to do. I even said to you guys, I said to myself, I will never sell Millennium Falcon, but I think I need to sell him. I need money fast. And by the way, I'm not making this video to beg you guys for money, because no, that's not going to happen. But I will sell Millennium Falcon. I have a little bit of plan, maybe. I have some ideas, rather, that I could... Well, I already asked Marcus. I asked Marcus, does he want to buy it? And then he can rent it out. And he said he doesn't want it because Millennium Falcon is quite old, and you know those cars, they tend to break down. We even saw it. You know, Nasir rescued me. Suddenly the car was undrivable, and I had to be rescued. And yeah, and then he found some problem with the motor. So think about this. Marcus said that if someone borrows, rents the car, and then goes on a trip to Ålesund or North Cape, and then suddenly the car breaks down, we have to take responsibility. So that's why it's too risky for him to do it, and I fully understand. But I still want to try to keep the car in the circle, right? Because I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to buy it back. But I don't know, man. So I haven't asked Nasir yet, but I will ask Nasir and maybe that big company that backs up Nasir if they want to buy the car, because he also has some ideas with Millennium Falcon. But to be honest, I'm not using Millennium Falcon that much. He's been a press car shuttle in the past. I almost didn't drive him, right? And then now I also have Frankenstein. So I've been using Frankenstein as the press car shuttle. And then the Millennium Falcon has been just a car available, just like a backup. I actually use Millennium Falcon as a big workhorse when I transported stuff in our house over to the storage. Millennium Falcon has so much space; it's incredible. You know, compared to this Polestar, for example, Millennium Falcon is way bigger. And also because he's a little bit old, I didn't care too much about tossing in some recycled materials that I went to the recycling facility even. But other than that, I don't use Millennium Falcon that much anymore. And then I have Frankenstein, so I can actually, okay, so as a backup, yes, I will have Frankenstein, you know, the Leaf. But eventually when I move to Jessheim, if I move to Jessheim, I don't know yet, I can use him. Or when I talked to Marcus about this, he was like, okay, you know, he can help me. I mean, if I need to quickly cash up the car, he will do it, but eventually he needs to sell the car, okay? So he's super helpful, helping me with that. But also he said that he will always have some cars, hopefully not the Fiat 500e, but he also has a car he can lend to me, so I don't have to drive around with a shitty Leaf. So at least that's good. He got my back on that part at least. But I don't dare to ask any of my sponsors if they can lend me a freaking big amount. No, not going to do that. But I will, of course, eventually. Lending is not going to solve the problem. I mean, it might solve it immediately, but I have to just get rid of some assets. And Millennium Falcon probably have to go, and then hopefully one day I can see him again. But okay, so I will ask Nasir, I haven't talked to him yet, if he or his company or the other company backing him up, the big company, wants to buy it, and they can just rent it out, whatever. I can even help them rent it out. I can announce this. And yeah, if there's something, when stuff, not if, but when stuff breaks down with Millennium Falcon, I can join and we can shoot a little video. What the heck was that? Oh, okay. The repair video is always interesting. So I can still have some connection with Millennium Falcon, but I just have to let them go for now. And then hopefully one day I can buy them back. This is something that only men will understand, because when I told wifey that, it almost breaks my heart to sell Millennium Falcon, and she was like, it's just a car. Well, but then why didn't she sell her very expensive purses, for example, or shoes or whatever, you know? Okay, but yeah, so that's the sad story, yeah. And then for some good news. Oh, let me see if we can see it. It says Gravid 3+. Which means that wifey is pregnant again. Yes. Yeah. It happened almost by accident, because last time we actually tried for a while. We had to do, you know, check when the what do you call it, egglösning. Yeah, but we had to check all the periods when it's supposed to happen. You see, but we were overthinking. And then we tried for a while, and then suddenly, yes, and then Isabel came, right? This time we weren't even trying, and then suddenly, boom, yeah. I think my milk is strong. Yeah, okay, I don't know, man. No, it's probably not that one. But yeah, so, but then I was wondering, you know, I asked Pavel and also asked Marcus. Those were the two close friends. I asked them, like, how accurate is this? Pavel said, this is as accurate as what they test in at the hospital. So of course, I bought a tester with 2 of these. This is the first one. So wife is gonna test tomorrow morning. I'm not sure how she tests this. Okay, but hopefully it will also say the same thing tomorrow morning. Yeah. What the heck was that, man? But yeah, so we're gonna have another baby. But right now, do we have a little bit of joy, but also a little bit of sadness? Because right now, I actually don't know if I can afford the house. Because yeah, we have a lot of minus. I will sell Millennium Falcon. There's a bit of, we have a reserve of money we will use in emergency, and this is emergency. So we will just pull out the reserve. It just requires it's a little bit deep there. Yeah, it's in an account. It's not some crypto. It's money in an account, but we just need to dig it out. It's semi-locked in there. But that's still not enough. So hopefully, if the bank can extend a couple of extra 100,000, and maybe if e-Niro can extend a couple of extra 100,000, because they did actually screw up a little bit. You know, they made the whole project, house project, delay by 1 year, right? So, but I mean, at least for the past half year now, e-Niro has been wonderful. The new guy there, I have contact with, Viggo. He is just top notch. I can ask him about fences, about floor, about whatever. He knows that. We can, you know, I can ask him about this advices, and when we have good communication. So that is top notch. But before, yeah, there was a delay, which was very unfortunate for me, because not only did it mean that I had to pay extra loan during that 1 extra year for the land. I know it wasn't loan, I had to pay interest rate, but 1 year ago the interest rate was not this high. So if the house would be finished 1 year ago, it would be fine, right? And we could even get a higher price for the house, because 1 year ago it wasn't like this situation in Norway. People would dare to shop, but nowadays, because of the high interest rate, everyone is like, oh, no, we don't dare to buy anything. So in a way, this the delay that e-Niro caused gave me quite a bad economical situation. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to require anything. I'm not going to go to a lawyer or anything, but I feel like e-Niro, they know this, and they want to try to work it out somehow. So worst case is that the bank is going to take the house. You know, I was like, oh shit. I mean, we have worked for the house for so long. I paid so much money on that house in interest rate. You guys have no idea. It's insane amounts. It's over. I wonder if it's right now. I'm paying almost, let's say about I think more like 7,000 or 8,000 euros per month in interest. You know, because during the building process, the interest rate for that the byggelån, that loan for building, is really high. Versus once it's finished, it has something to do with that. It's quite insecure, and I see now the risk and the insecurity. But once it becomes a house and you can live in it, then there's a different loan, and then there's better. But still, it's going to be high. But I don't know if I can pull it down, but if the bank takes the house, I bet they don't want to. That would be the last resort. But we are so close now. You know, if the bank takes the house, will they be able to sell it? No, nobody is there to buy that expensive house. There's one buyer, which is me. I just need to stretch a little bit, right? And then for e-Niro's part, they also want to finish the project, so they can get all the money they are supposed to get for. They have invested in lots of stuff there, right? And they just need me to eventually pay the bills. So they are also interested in finding a solution. And then me, as the third part, I also want that house. I don't want any other house suddenly. It's that one. We have expected. We have worked so hard for it. We have waited so long. You know, it was the delay and all that, you know, all the headache. all the frustration. So all three parts want the house to finish and that I buy it and we live there. So I have a meeting with Idehus tomorrow and we'll try to figure out something. I have some ideas what we can do. But that's how it stands now. And then what about the little one? Yeah, we don't know yet. This happened roughly, I think it happened roughly 1 month ago. Because wifey suddenly, wait, 2 weeks ago, yeah. Because wifey said that the period was delayed by a lot. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So then the new baby will arrive roughly around April, May next year. So that's actually pretty close to. They will have birthday similar time. You know, Isabel and the new baby. Yeah, but then like we are becoming a big family now. We need that house. You know, we have enough bedrooms, enough bathroom, enough space there. Yeah, so it would be perfect to get that house. But what about all the other stuff is going on with the channel? Well, I need to still maintain the channel, but you see, I'm in a quite push situation now economically. The house is a really big investment, but I'm growing out of this house. It's too small. It's for my business, for my family, everything is. I need a bigger house, and that one is what we need. But it just costs me a lot. I just have to get past this one, this hill. And then it's going to be better. But fortunately though, for the new baby, for Isabel, we invested so much baby stuff. You guys have no idea, man. Like we have the IKEA table for changing diaper. We have bought 2 Mama Row, the one that wags, you know. We have bought lots of baby stuff, clothes, you know, breast pump. We have invested so much stuff in baby stuff. Unfortunately, we can reuse all of that, and I did not sell any of that stuff yet because I simply didn't have time, which is certainly a good thing because all that stuff is ready, so we don't have to. It's not going to be like we have to reinvest or pay twice again, pay twice as much. The equipment is already there. Yeah, hopefully it will be a girl, because then she can wear Isabel's clothes. But even if it's a boy, okay, until maybe 1 year, until the baby realizes, hey, this is the wrong color. Okay, then we can buy some other clothes. But and then which gender do you prefer? I actually hope that it's going to be a girl. Wifey also. Yeah, but some of the in-laws in Thailand, they want the boys. I was like, okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed if it's a boy. It's just that it is a child, a baby, that is the most important thing. And yeah, now I actually announced this a little bit early because, you know, we have to wait for the 12th week and all that. Yes, okay, so I mean, I could wait, of course, but this is just great news I want to share with you guys. And whatever happens, okay, it's gonna happen, we will see. And that will be, you know, the story of my life. But yeah, so now you guys know how it is. Yeah, I'm excited. Wife is also excited about this. Like, we're like, wow, we talked so much today. It was today we found out, and you guys already get the news now quite quickly. But we we just talk about everything, man. Like, oh, how it's gonna be with the new baby. Your wife is like, oh shit, I have to go through the whole process again. She's gonna be grumpy. She's gonna be hungry. Yeah, you know, lately. A couple of, like a week or two ago, you know, she claimed that when I was driving, it made her dizzy. I was like, well, but I mean, I hammer it when I'm driving alone, but when I drive with the family, I take it easy. But she was like, oh, you know, you're making me dizzy when you drive. I'm like, now I know. No, was it really my bad driving, or was it just the baby? I mean, that she was pregnant, the pregnancy. Yeah, always blame the man. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So I'm trying to think here. What kind of questions do you guys have? What is it gonna? What name is it gonna be? I have no idea yet. Who's gonna choose the name this time? Wifey chose the name last time, Isabel. This time, I said maybe I can choose a name, and she was like, okay, which name is it gonna be? I said, well, how about Taylor? She was like, what? You know, Taylor can be a man, or it can also be a woman, huh? Taylor Nyland. Okay, no, I'll see. Yeah, we're not gonna speculate too much about what the name is gonna be, but it's not gonna be like a BZ4X or some weird shit like that. It's gonna be a normal name, international. I mean, it should be something international. It's not going to be like Oddbjørn or some shit like that. Oh, no offense to all the Oddbjørns in here, but you know, it's not going to be something weird. I mean, I want to have something that is internationally recognized also, yeah. But I don't want any suggestion from you guys, okay? Because it's gonna be overload. But by the end of the day, we're gonna choose a name based on our needs, preferences, and whatever taste we have, and yeah. But okay, anyway, I think that's it. The good and the bad news, yeah. Now I'm gonna go inside, and I think wifey probably needs me, and she was gonna need me also quite a lot in the following months now, so I just have to brace myself. And then if I could hire someone, I could, but right now it's just, yeah, you know the situation. But eventually I need to hire some nanny and some stuff. But yeah, that is a different story. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.